Welcome back to Super Recaps. Today I will recap a teen thriller movie from 2022 called Deadly Cheer Mom. The main protagonist is a teenager called Beth Hartford. She is a cheerleader in their school. Beth's mom, Deb, is the cheerleading coach for their school, and she uses her position to select Beth as the new cheerleading captain. This becomes a topic of controversy in the school as the students believe that Deb is giving her daughter special treatment. During this time, Deb also removes Violet from the team, which makes Beth worried that Violet might start hating her, but Violet promises that she doesn't hold any grudges. One of the top universities in their country, Rossmore Carmel, is planning to host a workshop at Beth's schools so that they can recruit one of the girls for their university's cheerleading team. The lucky girl will also be offered a full scholarship at the university. Beth gets recruited by the university and gets the scholarship because her mom is friends with the university's recruiter, Teddy. So, another cheerleader, Ashley, and her mother, Marisol, think that this is unfair, and after arguing with Deb about it, Morrison goes to the principal to complain about Deb's favoritism. At the principal's office, Deb and Morrison start fighting again, and it turns out that they used to be cheerleaders together when they were young. To calm them down, the principal says that she will monitor the selection process for the scholarship to make sure it's fair. Later that night, Beth and her mom talk about the cheerleading workshop and think about removing Sarah from the team. At that moment, Beth gets a text from a random number warning her not to attend the workshop, but Beth doesn't take it seriously. She then does a live stream on Instagram where she talks about her life and the upcoming workshop. The next day, Beth talks to Violet and sincerely apologizes for getting her kicked from the team. Violet accepts the apology. That night, Beth goes to a party with her boyfriend, Grant, who complains about not being able to spend enough time with. Then, Beth's friends pressure her to drink alcohol while Ashley secretly records the whole thing. The following morning, before the workshop begins, someone texts Beth an edited video of her drinking tequila and cursing her friend. The video looks very fake and edited, and when Beth shows it to her friends, they all agree that it must be made by Ashley. Soon, it's time for the workshop, and Teddy greets Beth and tells her that he has heard many good things about her and that he has high expectations. Teddy's partner and cheerleading choreographer, Shauna, then enters the scene. Before the training commences, Teddy informs Violet that she can't participate as she isn't a part of the cheerleading team. The others continue their training, and after a while, Beth takes a break to drink water. Soon, she starts feeling dizzy and collapses. Her mother immediately takes her to the hospital, where the doctor does some tests to find out what's wrong, but the results will only come out after a few days, and Beth is discharged once she wakes up. The next day, Beth goes back to school and finds out that someone has posted the deepfake of her online, but this time it's of better quality and looks extremely realistic. This terrifies Beth, and she talks to her friends about it, but Sarah doesn't seem to care much, which makes Beth suspect. The principal also sees the video and calls Beth to her office to scold her. Beth tries to defend herself, but the principal thinks she's lying and gives her detention, which means she can't attend the second session of the workshop. Later, Ashley's mother finds out about the video and comes to criticize Beth, but Beth tries to explain herself, and her mother and Olivia's mother, Rebecca, also back her up. This is when Ashley reveals the video of Beth drinking at the party. Deb is shocked by this and has no choice but to take away the position of cheerleading captain from Beth. Beth is also not allowed to participate in the next football game anymore. That night, Grant comes to see Beth, and they talk about the video. Despite her innocence, Grant suggests that she should just confess to the principal, as the principal will be more lenient if she thinks Beth is being honest. During the football game, Beth is sad as she watches the rest of her friends cheerlead, so Grant tries to lift her mood by telling her that he has applied to Rossmore Carmel University too, so that he can be with her if she gets the scholarship. Back home, Beth has a nightmare and wakes up with her window open. She gets scared and quickly shuts the window. The next morning, Beth is stuck in detention while the cheerleading team attends the workshop. Fed up, Beth thinks about what Grant said and gives a fake confession to the principal. It seems that Grant was right because the principal changes her punishment to trash picking instead of detention and lets her attend the workshop. So, she hurries to the training session, where Shauna greets and comforts her by saying she believes Beth. On the other hand, All the cheerleaders' mothers are gathered at Deb's place to plan a fundraiser event. This is when Deb and the other moms get sent a video of Beth admitting she takes drugs and saying that she is willing to sleep with Teddy to get the scholarship. Beth's friends, Olivia and Sarah, are also drinking and kissing guys in the video. So the girls' mothers start criticizing Beth for being a bad influence on their daughter. To make matters worse, Deb gets a call from the hospital about Beth's blood test report and goes to question Beth about it. Apparently, the report shows that Beth has taken drugs, and Beth is completely baffled because she has never taken any. She then recalls the water she drank before collapsing during practice and realizes that she had been drugged that day. But her mom doesn't believe her and starts searching her room. And much to Beth's shock, Deb ends up finding hidden drugs. In the following scene, Marshall shows the new video to the principal, who punishes the girls by suspending Beth from the cheerleading team for 2 weeks. After that, Deb admits to Rebecca that she discovered drugs in Beth's room while Marshall secretly listens to the conversation. In the afternoon, Beth approaches Violet as she feels bad for her and invites her back on the team. But Violet refuses as she has already found a new interest, animation. Later, Beth talks to Grant about Violet's sudden passion for animation, and both of them suspect that Violet may have created those videos. So, Beth directly goes to Violet and asks if she made those videos as revenge for getting removed from the team. But Violet says that's not true because she's actually glad she got removed from the team. Beth tries to argue back, but eventually she starts believing Violet and invites her to the fundraiser. The scene then shifts to the event, where someone plays an edited video of a conversation between Beth and Deb. They are seen talking about hurting other cheerleaders so that Beth can get the top place. Everyone is shocked, and the principal asks Beth and her mother to leave. As a result of the video, Beth gets suspended from school and Deb gets fired. Marshall is appointed the new coach, and the authorities also get involved as an anonymous source has informed them about the drugs discovered in Beth's room. Despite this, Beth is persistent, and she sneaks into the principal's office with Oliver to look at the security footage. When they play the footage from the event, they find out that the person who set up the edited video is none other than Olivia's mother, Rebecca. Both girls are left in shock, and Beth immediately wants to alert the police, but Olivia stops her and tells her to talk to Rebecca first. After that, Olivia goes back home and tells her mother that Beth knows the truth, and it's revealed that Olivia and her mother worked together to bring down Beth so that Olivia could get the scholarship. Rebecca starts lamenting about how she did so much to make Olivia successful, but Olivia is scared about Beth discovering the truth, so Rebecca angrily calls her a coward and tells her to go to her room. Meanwhile, Deb goes to confront Marshall about tipping off the police because she knows Marshall was eavesdropping on her conversation with Rebecca that day. Although Marshall admits that she heard the conversation, she promises that she didn't alert the police because she sympathizes with them. So, Deb concludes that it must be Rebecca who informed the police. The scene then goes back to Beth, who goes to Olivia's house to confront her mom. Rebecca confesses to everything without any guilt. Beth tries to call the cops, but Rebecca takes away her phone and knocks her unconscious. She then asks Olivia to help her with the body, but Olivia hits her from behind and kills her own mother instead. She then calls the police and informs them that Beth killed her mother, leading to Beth's arrest. The scene then shifts to Olivia winning the scholarship. Meanwhile, Deb talks to Beth, who's in jail. They talk about how Beth removed her own friends from the team just so she could be the best, and about how Deb did indeed use her position to give special treatment to Beth. Before the movie ends, we also learn that Violet was actually the one who made the first deep fake, but she doesn't know what happened with Rebecca, so she asks Olivia, who just says it was an accident, and proceeds to go to a party. Thanks for watching. To support the channel, make sure to subscribe and hit the like button and press the bell icon to get new video updates.